presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Phil in Puerto Rico. Hey, Phil, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, doing great. Just wanted to thank you guys and the whole crew. Best content on the internet. Really appreciate everything you guys are doing.
We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Phil, how did you find us?
I just typed in live trading in YouTube one morning.
Cool.
I was looking for any type of live trading room. You guys came up, and
awesome.
I know quality when I see it, or at least I like to think so. And I mean, you guys are just a dream. I appreciate everything you guys do.
Welcome to the Tiger family. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us.
My pleasure.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great week, folks. Learn to ask questions. It's always better to ask questions than make assumptions. Have the courage to ask questions until you're as clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer to a question, you won't have to make the assumption because you will know the truth. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 638, NASDAQ up 139, S&P's up 55, gold contract down $4.80, trading at $17.79 an ounce. We got silver down 19 cents, $22.25 an ounce. Light sweet crude catching a big bid, up $3.52, $69.77 a barrel. Notes and bonds. The 10-year note down 25 ticks, trading 130.21. The 30-year off a full point, plus 18 ticks at 162.18. Now, both notes and bonds, folks, they ran higher all last week. They're pulling back with light volume. The TLT actually broke out. So they still want higher price, lower yield. I know it sounds insane, but the bottom line, that's where they're looking to go. And King Dollar. King Dollar's up 205 ticks, trading out here at 96.322. Euro's at 112. The yen is at 113.5, and the British pound is at 132 to $1 US. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave Mazda. Dave is the head of product and managing director at Direction.com. As you're over to our website at TFNN, just hit that Direction banner. We'll bring you over to their website. Dave Mazda, how you doing?
Doing well. Happy to be here.
And we have a market, Dave. We have a two-way market. Now, you know, we've been on the air for years, and it seems like the last 3 years we've had a one-way market. So it's pretty cool whether we're looking at small caps, whether we're looking at the banks, whether we're looking at the biotechs. And when you're doing this, folks, that the small caps, you have the TNA, the TZA, the banks, you have the FAZ. Let's start, Dave, with the small caps because it's so intriguing. The small caps, they don't move, and until they move, and then they move like beyond belief, man.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. So you noted TNA, TZA. In the last week or so, we've seen on multiple days some of the highest ever trading volume in those bull and bear funds, which to your point in the intro here, maybe be expected. What I find interesting about small caps as an investment and then especially the trade, they've been range bound for most of 2021. All strategists, if we were sitting here a year ago saying it's going to be here for small caps, market cycle, blah, 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 if you will. And guess what? They ripped and then they did nothing until about November and they broke out. And and many people are saying, well, again, here's what we've been waiting for. Then they come crashing down on the Omicron variant fears. And here we are again with this really fat trading range. So I think, to your point, two-way opportunity to really on a daily basis be looking at small caps.
And what's so cool, folks, is this. As Dave is explaining, you got a consolidation, okay? Now, the bottom of this consolidation, I'm talking about the TNA now, okay? So the TNA is trading at 81. It's up $5.50. What's so cool about this, particularly as a trader, is that you can put your stop so close right now, folks, okay? So it's something to keep your eye on. I love consolidations. Well, consolidations drive us all crazy, Dave, but when you get to the bottom or the top one, it's kind of nice when you're looking at a trade, because the reality is that, you don't have to risk a huge amount in order to basically maybe make some money, So Let's talk banks. Okay, this, you heard me at the beginning. I mean, it's hard to comprehend, even when I say that, okay, well, I know that the note and bond market, the TLT, they went up last week with volume. It's like, who would ever think? Like, a year ago, we were supposed to go up in rates, and yet we're trading, I think it's 140 right now on the 10. Yeah, it's 143 on the 10.
Yeah. The backdrop for banks just got a lot more interesting for a couple of reasons. One, to your point, we were kind of on a nice march higher on the 10-year.
Yes.
And people were getting excited about how that's going to help financials, steepening yield curve. Well, guess what we saw in the last week? Yield curve really flattening. Not saying that's going to be the case, but I think we're around 80 on the 2s, 10s right now. That's actually not a great environment for banks. But guess what? Today, most banks are ripping just because some fear is coming out of the market. What I do think much of this, again, is opportunity for traders to really look at the FAS and FAZ as noted before. But again, it's really unclear unless you want to make a fundamental bet that the Fed is going to continue to go on the path that now they're saying. Until December 15th, until that FOMC meeting, we're going to see a lot of volatility, especially in the rates market. And what that's going to do is really make, I think maybe on a daily basis, financials be up, the best performing sector, and then maybe the worst performing sector conversely.
Yeah. And we got to go over to the gold market, folks, okay? So inside the gold market, this is one of the first days. Now, you talk about one of the largest caps that have not caught a bid, and that was Newmont. Newmont, folks, has been down for 6 months. Bottom line, last Thursday we hit 52.87, and we just might get some action. And if you're looking at the gold market, the gold equities, you want to look at NUGT. What's so wild, Dave, is that, Newmont, I've got plenty of calls in here, and so it's really because of Newmont and, Barrick having such a large weighting. Newmont's bringing us down for quite some time, but it was interesting this morning, Newmont finally caught a bid. So the real question is going to be like, okay, we're going to get some action here because they're a large weighting structure inside of this gold market.
Yeah, so I think you raise a really good point, especially about gold miners and a few other sectors, which is probably a conversation for another day. These are amplified exposures. You're talking about nugget dust. It's,
yes,
either 3 times or 2 times. But at the end of the day, the driver of that performance, and maybe this sounds silly, is the stocks that are in the index.
Right.
And when you have stocks like that representing such large weights, and one in particular dragging down the overall performance, it was difficult to see that breakout. That's changed a bit potentially. So now I think we're probably going to see interest come back into the miner space, because from a volume perspective, in the last couple of weeks, it really was the 2 areas we spoke before. Of course, always the S&Ps with SPXL and SPXX. Small caps saw a big increase in volume. And then, of course, the semi and biotech space. But I've been watching the miners as well.
Oh, I like the idea that there hasn't been volume there. That's good. That's what a bottom takes, folks, okay? Dave, you have a great one, safe one. We look forward to having you on 2 weeks from today.
Talk soon.
Thank you, man. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today, and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time.
The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE. And you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrial's up 684. You get the Nasdaq up 164. S&Ps are up 60. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, as we do each and every Monday at 20 past the hour. And don't forget, folks, Steve has an outstanding program here every trading day, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, Mastering Probability. Now, it's very easy to get Mastering Probability, folks. You come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see it right under Featured Content. You just hit subscribe. You can get Mastering Probability for 1 month for $149. You can get it for 6 months for $695, which is the savings of $199 or 22%. And you can get it for 1 year for $1195, which is the savings of $593 or 33%. Now, they all come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, folks. So check it out. Hit the button. Steve's got a lot of archives on there also to get to understand exactly what he looks at every trading day. If you like it, bottom line, you're going to end up getting charged. If you don't, bottom line, you can get your money back. Check it out on the front page of TFNN. Steve Rhodes, what's going on?
Just trying to figure out how we got to December so quickly.
I know, and I love... Wait till you see this, folks. The first slide he has is freaking awesome, man. I mean, I love this slide, man. It's so true. And it's unbelievable that we're in December. There's no doubt. I mean, and folks, come to Florida. It's beautiful out right now. It's 82 degrees outside. It's probably like 85 or 87 where you are.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of overcast weather today, but I think once this clears out, then I think we're good for the next, like 10 days or so.
I know.
And this is, right, October, November, December, January, just great months. And it had to be wonderful down in Almirada.
Oh,
I think you guys had great weather, right?
It was beaueful. It was absolutely every day.
Absolutely.
So let's look at this slide.
That's right. This is the first slide out here.
Look at that thing, man.
Hey, have you ever done that? Have you ever gone out to, done any climbing and gone out to the edge of a cliff and looked, way down?
I've actually up. So in Boston, they had the quarries. When we were kids, we would jump off the quarries, okay? The biggest one I ever did probably was only like 60, 70 feet, but there was one of the 100 feet. I never did it, but people do it. Yeah, we would, as kids, that's what we used to do.
Yeah. Oh, I have looked over the edge several times, you look down there and you're like, whoo. Make sure you don't lose your balance.
That's a fact, man.
Yeah. So last week it was the markets that were looking out over the edge, and they decided not to jump. And by edge, I'm referring to the weekly TAS market profiles, and it's these green horizontal lines that represent support. And those are the bottom of the weekly profile. So profile, folks, will have a top, which is where sellers reside, a bottom, which is where buyers are at, and then a center, which is where buyers and sellers believe there's fair value in between that range out here. But here we're just trying to understand, did support support hold out there. And this has been the buy the dip area since the March 2020 bottom. So the ES Mini, which is in the upper right-hand corner,
yes,
this shows that when price closes below its profile, that's that red arrow right out here, that has led to a change in trend. But as we take a look at the charts from last week, both for the ES Mini, the Russell 2000, the Dow got really close to the bottom of that profile. They decided not to jump over the edge. And again, we just go back to last year when price did, back in February of 2020, when price did close below the bottom of the profile, that suggested a change in trend, which moved to lower price. And when I take a look at support being hit for any time frame, Tom, but in this case here, we were taking a look at a weekly time frame. I then like to look for bottom signals on the next shorter time frame. So I go from weekly to daily. If I was doing a daily, I'd be looking at different intraday time frame charts out there. I use a 65-minute chart, a 130-minute chart. The reason I use those levels or those numbers is because they're equally divisible into the 6.5-hour trading day. And I like my candlesticks that I'm looking at to be equal in time out here. But when we go to a weekly chart, we then go to the daily to see if there's some kind of a bottom pattern. And here inside the S&P 500, we were looking at the ES Mini. The S&P 500 actually formed a Gartley buy pattern, and it did it last week. It did it on Wednesday, I believe, and it did it when it generated this bullish piercing candle. And which is what we can see here. So for me, that's a completed A to B equals CD pattern. And the question is, where should price head to? Well, it should head to this little green line out there, which is at 46.38 for the S&P 500. That's what I refer to as the oscillator and change line. If price is able to close above that, that suggests a further rally. But that's where a counter trend move for the S&P 500 would go to. Now, that number of 46.38 is going to change over the days as price moves up or down, but you can use that as a basic range out there. And if you listen to the Trader's Edge show each day, you'll see those numbers. The Russell 2000 was also testing that weekly TAS market profile support. So again, we go and on a weekly basis, we go to the daily time frame chart. That's what we're looking at, and it completed what I refer to as a TD9 count. And a TD9 count helps us to identify tops or bottoms. In this case here, this was the bottom. It was confirmed. And this is another pattern that I teach the subscribers. You mentioned if you subscribe to the newsletter, there's a number of archive workshops, and it will teach you about this pattern. This is really a great pattern to learn and understand. So in this case here, we're looking at the Russell 2000, the cash indice. It too should bounce up to its oscillator and change line, which when I generated this chart earlier in the day, Tom, was about 2254. Like the Russell 2000, the Dow also formed a TD9 count bottom last Wednesday, and that's what we're looking at here. Now, the Dow, I'm just looking at the futures contract, so it should be trading above the 35,169 level as we speak, and a close above this. So this is where a counter trend rally for the Dow should stop. So if it closed back below 35,169 today or thereabouts, that would have me a bit concerned. If it can close above this level, that is telling us that it wants to target the 35,952 area. And that is using this TD9 count system, and that identifies for us where price broke down. So we've got 3 of the 4 that have bottoms, and that leaves the NDX 100 as the final index that needs to form a bottom pattern. I took this snapshot probably about 10 minutes ago, and again, what I'm looking for here, folks, is I've got an A to B equals CD to the downside pattern. Those are by those blue diagonal lines out there. But for me, in order for the pattern to complete, it completes when the cavalry arrives, and the cavalry would be defined as seeing some type of bullish reversal candle, a bullish engulfing candle, a piercing candle, a hammer candle, Three River Morning Star. There's a couple others that we would look at. So not until that forms will we get all 4 indices in alignment with each other. Price is holding support, a level of support, and that's the breakout level. And again, this is the TD9 count pattern that helps us identify breakout levels and breakdown levels. So price has pulled back to the breakout area, and that can be the sign of a bottom, Tom. But because there's an A to B equals CD to downside, my preference is to wait for that bullish reversal candle. The NASDAQ composite, on the other hand, the larger, the NASDAQ 100's got 108 instruments maybe inside it. The NASDAQ composite, something like 3,500 instruments. It completed a TD9 count, so it's telling us that the general instruments inside the NASDAQ should suggest a rally. The NASDAQ composite may be targeting 15,623. So we began our review looking at the weekly profiles. For upside price targets, we can also look to the daily time frame. Now, these are the equity futures contracts, and this will be important for those folks that do track the equity future contract. The ES should target the 46.49 level. 46.49 is the bottom of its daily profile, the center of its bearish structured daily profile, and the center of its bearish structured weekly profile. So that's going to be a real key level of resistance. The NQ should target 16.134. Now, if we get a bullish reversal candle, that's the real level. Look, 16.134, Tom, is the real key level. This is a bullish structured profile, and when price breaks through that, counter trend rallies typically end at that center level, 16.134. That'll be the make or break point as to whether this is just a counter trend rally or not. So markets looked over the edge. They decided, hey, I'm not going to jump just yet, and now price should head higher.
You got to love a two-way market, man.
Totally.
There's no doubt.
Market, right?
Listen, folks, it's very easy to get Steve's newsletter. Come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see right under featured content. You hit that button, and you are off to the races. Steve, you have a great one, safe one, great update. Look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks,
Take
man.
care.
Have a great one. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrial's up 657. You get the Nasdaq up 154. S&P's up 58. Dow, man, got some juice in it. There's no doubt about it. So, and as our man Basil Chapman was saying, the Dow was the first one the way down, and bottom line, it's spiking all the way back up. So the movers inside the Dow Industrials out here today, they putting points into it. You get United Health putting 63 positive points, Home Depot 49, Visa 46, Goldman 45. Only 3 stocks taken away from it. Nike minus 6 points, Verizon minus 2, and Merck minus 1. So you get some real action there. Inside of the NDX 100, the strength versus the weakness inside the NDX 100. You have Baidu up 7.1%. DocuSign is up 6%. That's after getting absolutely smoked. You get Bookings.com up 5.5%, and Mercado Libre up 4.9%. Taken away from it, Moderna. Moderna's down 14%. 14%, holy cow. You got AMD down 3.5%. CGen is down 2.5%. So we get some decent numbers there, no doubt. Let's go take a look at, let's see, DOCN. DOCN. What do we got here for one of the tigers out here? Okay, so this here, DigitalOcean operates a holding company to its subsidiaries, provides on-demand infrastructure platform tools for developers, startup, and small, medium business to build, deploy, and scale software applications. Okay, so it's a software application company. The low's 35, the high's 133. They take in 427 million. Okay, so I see what you're looking at. Okay, so you've come down to a breakout area. Get volume up at highs, then you tested. Yeah, so look at this one, man. This is a trip. Okay, so let me just look at this. One wasn't an ABC up, but this stock in 4 months went from 40 to 131. Come off the high with volume. Come off it again with volume. I see. Now you rejected it with lower price, big time. Well, okay, so we're at 85.85. That bar there is 82. Yeah. So I mean, this thing can run into 101. That's how it's kind of set up there. You know, when you get a rejection of lower price, which we did out here this morning, and you get a huge contraction of volume. So picture this: last Wednesday, last Wednesday, you broke a low. Oh, hold it 1 second. That's an ABC down, but it probably finished. Let's do this. So it was an ABC down. So 133 to 94. So we're talking about 39, which gets you. Oh, you're gonna have to be careful here, man. Yeah. See. Okay. So if you own it, just be careful because it looks like it's an ABC down to 60 bucks, 60 and something. That being said, though, I rejected $78.66 this morning. You get a huge contraction of volume, and that's saying it could bounce up to this 101.57. And more than likely, that's the market that's basically shooting that higher also. Some of the higher volume equities that we have out here today, you have Lucid is down at 250. You got Apple up 370. Carnival's up $1.55. United was up $4.50. It was up $4 earlier. It's up $3.50, which is almost 10%. That was a big number. You got Wells Fargo up $1.17. Norwegian's up $1.87. Marbell's down 16. Let's look at Marbell. I always do I do an update. Well, I do about a half hour TD Ameritrade about once a week, and I picked this stock out here today for two different reasons. Take a look at this, man. So this is Marbell. Marbell pays, if you're looking for a dividend play, this is 8.5%. And when you take a look at this, Marbell has gone back into its 2003 and 2008 swing areas. And it just looks to me like it's going to bottom out here, man. The lower end of this consolidation. So in 2003, the lower end was $18.65. In 2008, it was $20.90, and then we just hit 22.22 last week, and it looks to me like this got some action, man. It's down 18 cents right now with the market up, so that's not a good indication. There's no doubt, but we'll see where this goes, man. I think this thing is, going to reject the low. When you reject a lower end of a consolidation, the bottom line is that you go topside. And that's what it's done thus far. And at this price, so check this out. At this price, you're getting an 8.9% dividend. So it's a big number, man. It's a big number, no doubt. We go take a look at Halliburton. We go from there into the oil market. Halliburton wants higher price, man. What Halliburton did out here, is Halliburton got into the price point Thursday of $20.77, rejected lower price. This thing wants higher price. And what Halliburton does have at the top of this consolidation at 2668, it has some volume up at that level, so it's pretty cool. Let's go take a look at Verizon. One of the targets are telling me I suspect all the phone companies are at the lows right now. I see Verizon's off the low, but let's pull this back. It's probably the same type of setup. Oh no, Verizon's in a much better spot than Marvell. Holy cow. Yeah, much better situation. But guess what? This is what it's done. Yeah, it's gone down to the 2020 swing area. Now look at this, man. Nothing's definite. 144 million on the weekly versus 176 million, rejected lower price. So now the real question is it going to basically gain any strength? And Verizon pays, come on, baby, 5% dividend. Still big money, man. And well, it's not big money if you bought it at the highs. That's the real bottom line. Let's see. So one of the targets are telling me there's rumors that the dividend's being cut at Marvell. I doubt it, but let me look at this thing for a second. Yeah. I would say that that's exactly what it is, a rumor, because Marvell in 2017 took in 160 billion. This year they're taking 167 billion. So next year they're saying they're going to take in 155, but we'll see. The phone companies in general, folks, have always been paying a really nice dividend for a long period of time. So if you're looking for a dividend, I think this is a decent place that you can basically get your head wrapped around. Now, when I was talking to Dave Mazda, we're talking Newmont. This is, you want to get your head wrapped around this, because we were getting plenty of calls about the aspect of why the GDX wasn't moving. Well, the GDX wasn't moving because inside of the GDX, the Newmont is the largest holding weighting structure. You can see that 14.2%. Barrick is 10. Well, Newmont has been on a one-way route on the way down. This is the first day, and this was even pre-market. Pre-market, it was catching a bid. Because picture, 6 months ago, this has been a one-way trip on the way down. $71, and last Thursday we hit 52. And the way this is set up right now, it looks to me like it's going to go to the top of the consolidation again. I'm not saying buy Newmont because it's still a weak stock. But what you do have is that if Newmont's finally moving, we might get some real action out here inside that metal market. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 650. You get the NASDAQ up 143. S&Ps are up 54. So, folks, check this out, okay? If you happen to be... Well, here, first I'm going to talk about New York, okay? So, what has happened in the pandemic, right, is that the last two bills that went through, the last one that just went through with the Biden administration, but the one even prior to that was done basically about a year and a half ago, okay? Inside of those bills, and each state does this differently, okay? Inside of those bills, though, there is rental assistance, okay? Now, there's rental assistance and mortgage assistance. In the state of Florida, I'm familiar with the rental assistance, but you want to check this out, okay? Because the state of New York, this just came across the tape, okay? Because this is pretty cool for anyone that lives in the state of New York, is that the state of New York, okay, just got the okay. What has happened is that to direct $540 million of the American Rescue Plan money to homeowners assistance. Now, the homeowners assistance is that you have to be within 150% of the median income in the state of New York. Now, what that means, the median income in the state of New York is $71,000. So that means that you can make $100,000 and you can get assistance with your mortgage. So check it out, okay? I can tell you from Florida, these programs work. We had a tenant that, bottom line is that working hard, had a little Montessori school in one of my properties, and bottom line, had to shut it down, open back up again, went through the paperwork. Now, the paperwork for the landlord takes a bit, but it's worth it, because what ends up happening is that even though the tenant, what happened is this, so picture this, the tenant paid all the rents that were due. Even if you pay, if you're the tenant or you're the homeowner and you have paid your mortgage or paid the rent, it still doesn't matter. You can still get the money. We were really surprised. So you fill out the forms. The bottom line is that the one I'm familiar with, they basically got 5 months of rent, even though they did pay their rent. But this is assistance that is out there, and you want to read as much as you can, because you're going to see a lot of this. And you just have to know how to file the paperwork. You have to know that it's there, because I can imagine when you just see a headline, you say, okay, I can't get that. I already paid my mortgage. I'm making $70,000, $80,000 a year. Well, you can. The state of New York, you can make over $105,000. You can get assistance, and it's a big deal. For couples, I don't know. Here, what the question is, do we know what the cutoff is for couples? I don't. In the state of New York, this literally just happened. I'm familiar with it because of the state of Florida. Each individual state is different. This just came across the tape for the state of New York, so I don't know what the couple is, but it's worth. Trust me, folks, it's worth looking it up. We were actually really surprised that the client paid all the rent, but yet you could still do it because they're squeezed. That's the real bottom line. So check it out, folks. Now, let's go take a look at the good old Tesla, because what we have out here, this is going to get interesting to see how this whole thing shakes out. Tesla traded down to $9.50 today. We know that Musk is still selling. The gap is $9.10. $9.10's game here, man. You know, we'll see how this basically shakes out. It rejected $9.50 today. It's $50 higher right now. And we'll see whether, bottom line is that if this can get any juice going. My take is that we'd have to get inside 1,011, which is only $6 away in order to get some juice going, because that's where you definitely have some real sellers. Now, what we did, DocuSign, D-O-C-U, this is a trip, man. When we were down the Keys, this equity just got absolutely smoked, man. This is it's a big number. It's up $8 today. But that being said, this thing, the way I'm looking at this thing is going to go a lot lower. And we'll see fund-wise what happens. You had Cathie Wood. She's always getting publicity. In this case, this is publicity she doesn't want. When it had out there is that she was buying on the downdraft out here. So here it is here. Cathie Wood, exchange-traded fund, snapped up shares of DocuSign during this 42% nosedive. And then she also sold, she bought $107 million worth of shares, in DocuSign. And then she sold $124 million of Tesla. But what is really important, which they don't have in this story, which they should have had in this story, well, she might have bought that amount of DocuSign, but wait till you see this, man. This is sad. Okay, where are you? Right? Here it is right here. Look at this. She had already owned 1.8 million shares. So this was like a double and a triple and down. That's the real bottom line. That this is a big number, man. You own, and I don't know what the average cost is, but, the bottom line is that it's a big number. What she is also doing, she's opening a new fund. One of those, listen, the momentum, there's no doubt, when momentum's with you, it's a great deal. When it's against you, it's trouble in paradise. If we go over to Tesla, let's see what she owns in Tesla. So Tesla, she sold a bunch of it off on Friday. Let's see how this goes. AARK. She's not in the first page. There we go. So she owns, look at that, 3.9 million shares of Tesla. And you can see, even the last filing, she sold 1.4 million. So she might be moving out of Tesla, man. That's the bottom line. And I suspect if she is, that's a smart thing to do, man. That is really a smart thing to do, particularly when you get Musk moving it out. And then, of course, we got to go to that Microsoft, because Nadella moved out half his Microsoft. Microsoft just going sideways out here today. Let's go take a look at GENI. So this is a biotech, I suspect. No, GENI. Operates a holding company. It doesn't say anything. This is a sports company? Let's see. Casino and gambling. $259 million they say they're going to do. Okay. Oh, this is a Cathie Wood company? Let's see. PHDC. Let's see what we got here. There it is right there. Yeah, so she owns 3 million shares. Oh, look at this. She bought this at one pop, too. September. Okay, so let me look in the summer. Yes, I see that, Dan. Thank you. Okay, so... Oh, man, she's in tough shape here. Yeah. Because the filing is September 30th, when she bought it. And, yeah, this is down from $19 to $8. Oh, yeah. There's nothing buy high, sell low. Oh, my God. Yeah, though, this is a problem. This is a problem, child. There's no doubt. That thing's going south, man. That thing has gone south, is south, all of the above. Yes, she's pretty intense. Stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials. They are up 649 points. You get the NASDAQ up 146. S&P's up 53. We'll come right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. TWI, let's go take a look at Titan. This is the wheel business, folks, the tire business. Lows $4, the highs 11. Right now, it's trading up 75 cents at 7.53. Okay, so this rejected lower price at the lower end of its consolidation. That says the top is game once again. Here, let me put this on a weekly for a second. Let's see what we got. So 3-year weekly. I see, okay. Yeah, it's the bottom of the consolidation. 686. I went to 669 and rejected lower price. Here, so check it out. So we did 1.8 million versus 1.6. Okay, we're gonna be a little careful because it could. Oh yeah, but hold on a second. Hold it. Come into a breakout area of 2.9. Yeah. So this is saying it's going to try to get to the top of the consolidation, which is 860, 835. That's how that baby's set up. And NVIDIA. So if we take a look at NVIDIA, the question here is the selling done on NVIDIA? I suspect that, you get down to 280 today, rejected it. This can go test again the 319. But my take on NVIDIA, this is a big rounding top. That's what it looks like to me. And I still expect that we're going to see in the marketplace is that a huge consolidation. That's how this seems to be setting up. And it's setting up really nice, man. The bid today in the Dow Industrials is a beauty. And what's going to be cool here, folks, is that consolidations are great for traders and investors. They're just great. And we haven't had big consolidations for a long period of time. Because what you can do is you get patience. You wait to get down the lower end of the consolidation. If you want to buy something, that's where you buy it. You can put a stop underneath it, and you go from there. You know, the way that this Dow Industrials is trading right now, if the Dow gaps open tomorrow, then you know what this is. If it gaps open tomorrow, man, that'd be a monster island bottom in a huge way. Pretty cool, man. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Everything you need is right inside you, folks. Come join Tommy tomorrow morning. Kicks us off 9 o'clock in the morning. Great show. Look at him, folks.